Coincidences. I bring you coincidences. Have you ever seen something repeat itself in a way that makes your hair stand on end and you're like, what? Wait a minute. Didn't I just see that happen 10 minutes ago? And yeah, in the same fashion, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. So here I bring you 4 powerful coincidences that may just make your day. Things like this don't happen every day, and when you see them, you remember them. Unfortunately though, they are all sad or tragic. Maybe you know of more joyous coincidences. Do share with us. Let's dig in and get to see the coincidences here. First, Lincoln and Kennedy. Abraham Lincoln and John Fitzgerald Kennedy, both presidents of the United States. They have some striking coincidences. Let's see. Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. Okay, listen to that again. Lincoln was elected to office in 1846. Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. 1846, 1946, 100 years apart. That is one. 2. Lincoln became president in 1860. Kennedy became president in 1960. 100 years apart. Elected to Congress 4 years, around 14 years earlier, and then each one of them 14 years earlier. 1846, 1860, 1946, 1960. It doesn't happen every day. Next, Kennedy and Lincoln were strong advocates of civil rights during their presidencies. Both of them. Next, Lincoln and Kennedy were shot in the road on a Friday. Okay, let's just pause a bit. Shot, both of them. That's a coincidence. Then on a Friday, both of them, they are presidents on a road. Coincidences. Now, the Friday on which they were shot was before a major holiday. Both of them. They were both seated beside their wives when they were shot. Lincoln was shot at Ford's Theater. Kennedy was shot in a car made by Ford, and the car was a Lincoln limousine. Let me bring that up again. Lincoln was shot in a Ford Theater, and Kennedy was shot by a car made by Ford, and the car is called Lincoln limousine. Both assassins were known by 3 names. The One of them, John Wilkes Booth, and the other one, Lee Harvey Oswald. 3 names. Now, next, each assassin's name had 15 letters. So if you write John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald, you count the number of letters, 15 letters each. Lincoln was succeeded by Andrew Johnson. Kennedy was succeeded by Lyndon Johnson. So Johnsons succeeded these two. How often does that happen? Now that's not enough. Andrew Johnson was born in 1808. Lyndon Johnson was born in 1908, 100 years apart. You remember what we talked about earlier? Now, both the assassins ran from a theater and were caught in a Booth. You remember John Wilkes Booth ran from a theater and was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. Now, the coincidence here is a bit tilted in a way that it's like the opposite. This person is running from point A to B, and the other person is running from point B to A. Still a coincidence. Both presidents were accompanied by another couple, and in each case, the male companion was also wounded. So we said the president had the wife seated next, and then there was another couple in the same car. And in that other couple, the male companion was injured in both cases. It's as though it is made up, man. Such coincidences don't happen every day. So that is the first coincidence. Lincoln and Kennedy, presidents of the United States. Let's get to number 2. The Titanic. Now, there is what we call the Titanic and the futility. The Titanic disaster and a novel called Futility, written in 1898, have some striking similarities or coincidences. Now, 14 years before the Titanic sank, an author known by the name Morgan Robertson wrote a novella describing a massive, unsinkable ship called the Titan, which struck an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sank. Now remember, the Titanic was said to be unsinkable, and then it struck an iceberg and sunk in the Atlantic Ocean. So that's coincidence. The name of the ship in the story 14 years before is Titan. The name of the ship that actually capsized or sunk, Titanic. So it's just that prefix, IC, Nick. Now, when we look at the size, both described as the largest ships of their time, both in that novella and in the real ship, largest of their time. Both were considered unsinkable. And in both the stories, the real Titanic and the Titan, in futility, they did not have enough lifeboats. Both ships sailed in April in the story and the one that actually led to an actual disaster. And both sank with massive loss of life, both fictional and the non-fiction, the real one. Both struck an iceberg at night. Now, it's more like prediction to me. Some foresight. Somebody saw what was going to come. I think Morgan Robertson should be investigated as a seer or a magician, or how do we call such a person? Because he wrote what happened almost in the same way. 3. The twin accident. Some twins had some eerie accidents happening. When the year is 2002, the day is 5th and the month is March, where in Rahe, some 600 kilometers north of Helsinki. Now, the first accident takes place at 9:29 in the morning. One of the twins was cycling on an icy road at a junction. He was struck by a lorry and killed instantly. Fast forward to 11:46 a.m. the same day, that is around 2 hours 17 minutes later. His twin brother, was cycling on the same road about a mile from the first accident site. He too was hit by a lorry, I bet a different lorry, and died at the scene. Think of it. You are two people, different people, even though you are twins. One person goes out, is hit, and then 2 hours later, the other one goes out and is hit. Both cycling, both the same road, both hit by a lorry. I see twins wearing the same clothes, but I didn't know disaster can also come to them in such similar accords. 4, and the last one here. Again, brothers. 2 brothers on a train track. This one happened a little bit earlier, back in 1800 or 19th century in Ohio. Timing, the accidents happened almost exactly 1 year apart. on the same day. So if today is say 10th or 20th, the next accident happens on 10th or 20th the following year. Location: both were struck and killed at the same railroad crossing. So railroad crossing, that's where both of them were hit 1 year apart, and they are brothers. The second one, was it suicidal? Let's find out. The first brother was driving a wagon trying to cross the tracks when a train came and hit him. The second one was also driving a wagon and was crossing when a train came and hit him. Same family, same place, same cause, same day of the year, though different years. Very uncanny. Do you know of any other coincidences? If you do, share with us. Let us get to know